And here we go, another day, another week of Los Angeles Chargers training camp practices. One of the first teams in the NFL actually practicing with their team, right? Actually going through workouts right now. And the Chargers are really interesting to talk about right now. And today, there was an unlikely star at practice. We're going to discuss who's standing out, who's looking good, and all of the news, notes, highlights, observations from today's, I believe, day 4 practice, okay? However, before we dive into the video, you're going to see some names at the top right of your screen. Guys, go follow them on X because these highlights you can see before I even post them. They're the Chargers reporters. Again, I'm telling you, you follow them, you're not going to regret it. You're going to be kept up to date with so much. All of this footage is theirs, not mine. So make sure you guys go follow them. And with that being said, let's discuss the stars of today. Now, shout out to Chris Ream for these highlights right here. We get to see some of the DBs going through a little bit of their workouts here. Obviously, the pads have yet to come on fully, but you could tell we're just a week away, but week and a half away from football. Preseason, the Hall of Fame game is right around the corner. So you see some DBs going through some drills right here. We see guys like Dante Jackson, who had a really good play last week during practice, had a tip ball up in the air, intercepted by Diane Henley. That was cool to see. We've seen a lot of Derwin James right here. We see Alohi Gilman, 32. You see 29 out there as well. That is Tarheeb Still. You see Cam Hart. A bunch of these guys out here, man. Benjamin St. Juice getting a lot of work in. RJ Mickens has been a massive standout. Deanne Leonard got an interception during last practice as well. I believe that was on Taylor Heineke or Trey Lance. But overall, the DBs is one position group that I'm looking forward to next season. They have a lot of young guys here, man. A lot of young guys. Cam Hart, Tarheeb Still are both 5th round picks from last season. You bring in a new pick in Dante, or not new pick, but a new player in Dante Jackson coming over from Pittsburgh. You also signed Benjamin St. Juice and draft RJ Mickens this season. They are very young outside of Derwin James and Alohi Gilman, but I believe this group could end up being really good this year. Now, one of my favorite position groups to look at is the running back room. Obviously, with Najee Harris being out, someone's got to carry a load, right? They're not giving Amari and Hampton the keys to the offense just yet. You don't usually see teams, unless you're drafted at a top 10 pick, you don't usually see teams say, all right, you know what, here, you're brand new here, but you're the guy. So far, they've been running a lot of a committee type of back role. I feel like if it wasn't for the injury to Najee, he would probably be a guy getting a lot of the first team reps. Now, Marion is getting a lot of reps. Don't get me wrong. He is taking a lot of first team reps, but you're also seeing Kamani Vidal get a lot of reps. You see Hassan Haskins get a lot of reps. Even Jarrett Patterson getting a lot of reps. Thus far, Raheem Sanders and Najee have missed a couple of practices. Today, both of those guys were out, which means it was Hampton, it was Haskins, it was Kamani, and it was Jarrett Patterson getting a lot of the reps, at least today. There goes Haskins right there going through his individual drill. The first guy up here is Jarrett Patterson. Doesn't mean he's first on the depth chart. Just first in those drills. Next up is Kamani Vidal. Now, the players who weren't practicing today included Rashawn Slater, like I said before, Raheem Sanders, Rocket Sanders. You had Kylan Goudry, and also Luke Grimm, another guy that was, exciting. Obviously Jim Harbaugh, he was not practicing as well. Mekhi Becton was back after acquiring that ring. Elijah Molden warmed up with the team, according to Chris Ream, for the first time, but he was working off to the side, wasn't in full go mode in today's practice. Should see him relatively soon, hopefully. I know you guys are ready to hear about the star of today's camp, the unlikely. A lot of guys were already writing him off for the season. But Quinton Johnston came out here today, had like a 50-yard touchdown, had a 30-yard touchdown, all from Justin Herbert. I mean, the connection between those two, at least today, okay, was amazing. And that is exactly what you want to see. We want to see someone step up in the wide receiver room with Mike Williams retiring from the NFL. And we already heard Greg Roman say, listen, we got guys we like. We know that Ladd McConkey is going to be our guy in the slot. He can move around as well. We have Trey Harris. We have a lot of belief in him. But Quinton Johnston's a guy that they continue to talk about in terms of taking a step up this season, and I do believe there's a possibility that he could be an X factor within this team. But he's got to catch the football. And today, had a great day of catching the football right here. Herbert drops back, throws a one-on-one yes-no read down the sideline. Not only does he beat his man here, but also just does a good job reeling it in and maintaining through contact. Now 46. That is Nico Reed. That is an undrafted free agent, so I can already hear some of you guys saying, let's see if he can do this versus a guy like Tariq Still or Cam Hart or Dante Jackson, right? And I get it. That's a fair assessment. At the end of the day, you got to make the plays. When the plays are there for you, when you have the matchup you like, you got to take advantage of them, and right there he did. Now, before we get any further into today's news, notes, highlights, observations, do me a favor. Hit the like button. You guys have done such a great job already. Help me out so much by just saying you want more of these videos, right? So hit the like button, but most importantly, make sure you guys are subscribed. Guys, it is free. It doesn't cost anything to join the family, and we will be covering this Charger team throughout the entirety of not only training camp, but preseason. Guarantee you, that Hall of Fame game, we're going to keep you guys covered on all of it, right? Every single play. We're going to break down the all 22 coaches film, not every play, but the big plays, right? We're going to show you who's looking good, who's standing out, everything in between. We're also going to cover regular season as well. So if you want film analysis, you want film breakdown and news and notes and updates, all you got to do is subscribe, join the family. And with that being said, let's kind of dive back into some more news and notes from today. Okay, now sadly, I don't have too much more highlights. My boy Jason Ogata was not at practice, so he didn't film any of the 7-on-7s or 11-on-11s from today. So hopefully we'll get those maybe tomorrow or Wednesday's practice. But I do have some more new notes, I guess you could say. So we talked about a little bit about Quinton Johnston and Justin Herbert. They had 2 massive touchdowns, 55-yarder, 25-yarder. Darius Davis also had a diving catch according to one of the reporters. Diving catch near the sideline by a throw from Taylor Heineke. Khalil Mack also had a sack and a batted ball at the line of scrimmage. Now, tomorrow will be the first day of Pats. Okay? So, this is very important, guys. Tomorrow is a massive day. We're going to see Pats. We're going to see guys like Trey Harris. We're going to see guys like Keandre Lambert-Smith. Oh, also, by the way, Rashawn Slater, he was out today, but he's fine. Okay? No injury. He is just resting. Rest day for the veteran. Former first-round pick. He will be okay. But the good news is Pats tomorrow. Guys, be ready. Tomorrow should be fun. Once the Pats come on, you really know. You really know who's looking good, who's standing out, who could be a starter, who might not be a starter. So tomorrow should be a big update. But for today's updates, Rashawn Slater, rest day. Quinton Johnston, stand out. Stand out. Star of practice. 2 big touchdowns from Herbert. Huge. Darius Davis, great catch today. Running backs, Najee and Raheem Sanders out. Hampton, Haskins, Kamani, Patterson getting a lot of those reps as of right now. Didn't hear much about the tight ends, Gadsden or Conklin from today's practice. Hopefully we'll learn more later. Lou Grimm was out. Defensively, man, do they love Henley. And man, do they love RJ Mickens. Those are 2 guys who have continued to stand out. But we're going to end the video here. Hit the like button, subscribe, join the family, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you for tomorrow's added practice updates, man. Peace.